What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Today I have for you guys another exciting unboxing to dig into. Before we get started, double check and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I would love to have you here. And before you head out, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate it, everyone. And feel free to let me know what you're carrying in your pockets today. I love hearing from you guys and what you're carrying. So we have a knife coming in from Kansept. Huge shout out to them for sending this guy along for us to take a look at. They are currently running a massive sale on a bunch of their different knives. This knife will be included in that sale. This is a knife that I have never checked out before. I will have all the information linked down in the description if you're interested in checking it out. We're going to be getting our standard packaging from Kansept. We get our slider box, we get our paperwork and a microfiber cloth, along with a nice little fold over pouch here. And we are taking a look at the Kansept Shard. Now, this is not a new model for Kansept, but they have just re-released new versions of the Shard, and I'm pretty stoked, guys. This is going to be more on the premium end of their line, but still going to be very well priced, especially right now during the sale. So what we're actually looking at is Kansept's Damascus, and we also have a titanium exposed frame lock with a copper infused carbon fiber inlay. I'm a huge fan of the copper infused carbon fiber that these companies are doing. I just think it looks really good, and they don't charge a ton for this type of carbon fiber. So I really appreciate the cost and the way that it looks. So very nice on this one. And they do have a bunch of different versions. They have a couple in the Damascus. They have a couple just standard blades. Now, I'm not sure what the standard blades are coming in, and I don't know, I couldn't find what the Damascus is for Kansept. But if I had to take an educated guess, which I can do occasionally, if I had to take an educated guess, I would say it's a VG10 or 10CR or something along those lines. I would say that's the base for this Damascus. That's pretty much what these major production companies have went to. The bigger production companies, whoever it may be, Civivi, Kansept, they're pretty much using a 9 or 10 CR or VG10 base, which is going to be just fine. Now, is it going to give you super steel characteristics? No, but then again, somebody who's buying the Damascus blade of any of these companies, right? We're not talking about Damasteel and Damacor and all those higher end Damascus type steels. You would be getting a Damascus blade like this one here for the aesthetic, for the aesthetics, for the appearance of the knife. So you're not going to be so much worried about the characteristics of the steel, more so the aesthetic ability of that given blade. And if that's what you are looking for, this is going to be a fine specimen, and it will be a good option. The Damascus looks very nice on this. Now, I'm no Damascus expert. I don't know if there's certain patterns, if this is called a certain pattern, or how that all works. I'm not much of a Damascus buyer. I have a few knives in Damascus like this, but I don't have very many, and I don't know a ton about it. But I do know, if it's a 10CR or VG10 base, it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be adequate enough, and it looks damn good. So that is kind of the spiel on the Damascus for this one. We do have a nice sheep's foot blade here, cut out, and a flipper tab for the deployment. The flipper tab does have some nice jimping there, and you can get a lot of leverage on this guy. It's just even or just above the pivot by a smidge, and the detent is tuned pretty good. I would say that reverse flick is absolute money. You can just get your fingertip in there on the spine, and give it a nice thwack out. Can we thumb flick it? Yeah, we can. Nice. Do you guys hear that little tss? Do you hear that? That sounds really good. It's got like this little sound to it. I can't quite put my finger on it, but well, I messed it up there. It's got this little noise that it does. It's nice. Anyway, detent is tuned nicely on this guy. The action, it's breaking in as I keep flipping it here. It did come centered. We did just check that. Let's see what this guy looks like in the pocket. We have a nice titanium pocket clip there. Going to be standard milled pocket clip status. You'll have a little bit poking out there, but you're going to be under that 1/2 inch that we look for here on this channel. We have a black washed look to it, matches the rest of the lock side, and for that matter, the show side. I do like this combination of the black titanium, black hardware, then you have a little hint or pop of color mixed in, and it's got black hues in it, so it really goes together well. And then tie that in with the Damascus blade, you got one hell of a good looking knife here, in my opinion. It's also a pretty good size as well. I can get a nice full grip on this guy. Ergonomics, pretty good. As I squeeze in here for, I think maybe because this is a little thinner through here, I can feel that. Not that it hurts or anything like that, but it's something that I can feel. Could get fatiguing if you are really bearing down on this thing, you know, for a long period of time, which, you know, let's be honest here, even I, who use knives every day, all day, you know, on and off all day long, I'm not doing that type of stuff. So, you know, let's be realistic here. Most people are not going to be squeezing the hell out of this knife all day long. Most people are going to get this out, make a, you know, very simple cut, and they're going to put the knife back away. Most people are going to do exactly what I'm doing here and just flick it open and close it and take pictures of it. So ergonomically, I think it's pretty good. Little bit thin through here. I don't know what could change that. I don't know if maybe a little bit thicker slabs, but it's just the way this is all chamfered out here. It comes down pretty thin, but it's not bothersome in the hand, especially if you tuck your knuckles over top of that. So it's pretty good in hand. I don't feel anything else. I don't feel the clip really. We do have open construction with a couple standoffs and a lanyard post. We don't have any internal milling, which is interesting. Yeah, but it's balanced right behind the pivot there, so they must not have needed it. They didn't need it, so that's a nice little touch. It will drop to your thumb there, and you're not going to have any issues with, you know, double clutching because the detent is very early. You are past it right there. So by the time that gets to your thumb, you'll be able to shake that guy closed, no problem. So let's take a little gander here at this edge and see what we got. If I can do it without messing up. Yeah, it's got a nice little edge on it. Yeah, it's not bad. Needs a little touch up, but not too shabby. That's probably going to be the case with a lot of these types of knives. They're going to need a touch up sometimes out of the box, which is pretty much normal. You know, the amount of knives that these companies sharpen, there's going to be some that need a little touch up, and this should be, you know, very easy to just strop right back up or touch up if need be, being as I'm almost going to bet, if I had to place money, I would say it's a 9 CR base or maybe 10 CR. But that's where I'd put my money, and at that rate, you'll be able to strop or sharpen this back up to a nice little edge pretty easily. So one thing everyone's dying to know, I'm sure, just kidding. Let's see how this lock is. There's no up and down, and there's no side to side. Has anyone else noticed that there's not really... I knew this would happen. Everyone was checking these knives. There's still a guy or two maybe, and some guys have got to the point where they just don't think it's a, you know, plausible idea to test these knives, and that's fine. You don't have to agree, but I want to know. The knife should be able to take something such as this. You know, it should stay locked up, and in most cases, you know, over the last couple of months, guys, I have not had barely any issues at all. So I don't know if that's a testament to them getting things back in order and really focusing in on these locks, or if we just went through a really weird period where, you know, we just had various knives failing around. But I check every single knife typically on camera. As soon as I get it out of the box during the unboxing video, I typically check them. There are times where I forget sometimes to do so, but I check them at a certain point, and then I usually put it back on video in the overview or something. So I'm checking all of these knives, and I have not been having any issues. It doesn't matter, liner lock, frame lock, button lock, crossbar lock, you know, pivot lock, whatever it might be, I have not been having any issues. So I am very pleased, you know, to say that they are getting these locks honed in, and they are, you know, they're able to withstand a little bit of adversity. You guys will have to let me know. What do you think of the new line of the shards that are coming out? I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. I really appreciate it, guys. Really appreciate it. And if you're new here, we release videos just like this one every single day. Hit that subscribe button, ring the little bell. We would love to have you here. Otherwise, guys, I will throw up a couple of new videos. Go check one of those out for me. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you for watching. I will catch you on the next one.